It's once again a two-part set of episodes in Roswell Conspiracies. This one about Hannick luring Nick Logan into infiltrating Intracom for reasons that will become apparent later. Episode 25 starts with Walter, Nick's stepfather, escaping some vampires and calling Nick. However, before he can reveal crucial information about the vampires, he is recaptured. Nick now convinces Rineker to allow him to infiltrate Intracom to save Walter. But mysteriously, he is deliberately left alive when going through Hannick's death traps. But the more traps and vampires he goes through, the further he angers and frustrates Hannick. Meanwhile, Shalene, whom Nick left behind, goes to the Banshees for help in fighting Intracom. The Alliance refuses because Intracom is too powerful. The Banshee begrudgingly release Khan Mort, the Minotauri. Eventually, Nick reaches a teleportation lab on Alcatraz. He finds Walter imprisoned, but to unlock his cell, Nick needed Hannick's DNA sample. He finds out that the teleporter's fuel source are Banshees, and the episode ends with Hannick finding and constricting Nick with a snake tail. Episode 26 continues with Hannick revealing his plan, using Nick to lure Shalene into bringing an army of Banshees to use as fuel for his teleporter. Nick escapes from Hannick's grasp and they have a short struggle, but after Hannick's scientist teleports them to Hannick's office, surrounded by his loyal minions, Nick is captured. It's also shown that the Banshee in the machine is disintegrated. The Banshee attack with Khan Mort catching Hannick off guard. The Minotauri is so powerful that he takes out a sizable portion of Intracom's army. Hannick takes Khan out of the fight by playing into Shalene's conscience by deliberately causing Khan Mort to destroy a hospital. Shalene then releases Khan Mort from Banshee control. He leaves and the Banshees are easily captured soon after. Meanwhile, Nick manages to escape and attacks Hannick, but due to the Alliance meddling, he evades Nick. Hannick blows up his entire office with Nick inside, but he survives and rides a train to the teleport lab while being pursued by Khan Mort, who wanted to settle a score with him. At the teleport lab, Nick is given an ultimatum: either save Shalene, who was captured, or his father. In the end, Walter is seemingly disintegrated, while Nick kills Hannick by shooting the teleporter's wiring and saving Shalene. Khan Mort catches up with Nick, and with the combined efforts of Shorian, Tayet, Fitz, Nima, Nick, and Shalene, they teleport Mort to the far reaches of space. These episodes are directly after Vampire Amok. In that episode, the Alliance and Intracom team up to fight Velra, but Showdown has everything that made Vampire Amok good and enhanced it. We've got vampires versus banshees with Minotauri and the Alliance, and all these factions are fleshed out as well. So it doesn't create an effect of oversaturation, it helps that we have 40 minutes of time to flesh out the story. Firstly, Hannick is one intelligent villain. At the start of the episode, Walter seemingly escapes the vampires and calls Nick, but is immediately captured. The vampires then take the phone to mock Nick, making it apparent who kidnapped Walter. This is the catalyst for Nick infiltrating Intracom, which is what Hannick wants. He was banking on Shalene, Nick's partner, Death Vision, to go haywire and cause her to bring a fresh supply of Banshees right to his doorstep. So basically, he allowed Walter Logan to escape and called Nick, then recaptured him to motivate Nick to infiltrate Intracom, so he can put Nick in life-threatening situations, but intentionally keep him alive to trigger Shalene's Death Vision, causing her to panic and send an army of Banshee. It may sound contrived to an outsider, but if you know these characters like I do, Hannick is playing on their relationships and personalities. Hannick is even able to adapt, as Khan Mort could have easily destroyed Intracom, but he played into Shalene's empathy and eventually brings him out of the battle. This makes him a very methodical and intelligent villain, thinking several steps ahead and outsmarting Nick. Freeing Walter or allowing Nick to roam free in Intracom was a risk, but for the most part, he was able to predict their behavior and use it to his advantage. But in the end, it's his ego that gets the better of him, strapping Walter onto the teleporter and powering the device with Shalane, and then forcing Nick to choose between Walter or Shalane while he sits in danger right in the middle of the device, ultimately causing his death.
Lose them both, Mr. Logan.
No!
Yes, off.
True Blood is an interesting character, you see. In most episodes, he is almost never the focus, often carrying out Reniker's orders without question. But there are moments where his morality shines through, unwilling to kill his teammates, like when he powered down the energy cannon so he wouldn't have to kill Shalane. And in this episode, where he visibly disagrees with Reniker's plan of hiding in the shadows, allowing the Banshee and vampires to kill each other, then coming in and destroying any survivors. Instead, he activates the ship's weapons systems, causing the Alliance to be spotted and forcing them to engage.
I'm telling you, Fitz, I don't know how to sabotage this thing. It wasn't me!
Then who?
Very well. As we seem to have involved ourselves, let's finish it once and for all. Return to blimp mode and set course for the intercom tower.
This shows that True Blood is committed to the greater good of humanity like Reniker, but also has empathy for his allies unlike Reniker, who views them as expendable. Also, this episode is quite dark, as there are a lot of characters dying, like Banshees being sucked of their life force, several vampires and Hannick himself also dying. Even Walter seemingly dies in this episode, but in the very next one, he's revealed to be alive. The show has a problem. It's too well written for kids. I mean, what child would be able to follow Hannick's complex plan? And sadly, the show was and still is largely obscure and unappreciated. At least with a lot of other underrated shows, there is a cult following. This show is so unknown that there is no fan base, just a handful of individuals who kind of like it. I'd rate this two-parter a 9 out of 10. It's definitely one of the best in the series.